Hello everyone, this is Radom for the win. This is my first Duel Masters deck profile, so I'm just gonna run through a little bit of my deck that I've made. This is just for fun. It's pretty much just a draw and ramp deck, and I know this is not very competitive, but I just made it because it's really fun. It starts off with the very basic 4 energy streams. Just 3 mana, draw 2 cards, very basic water stuff. 4 Spiral Gate, because returning creatures to their owner's hand is very good. It can be utilized a lot with my own creatures also in this deck. 4 Aqua hulcus, as I said, it's a lot of draw power in this deck. It doesn't really do anything else, it's a body and you draw cards. Emeral, because I have a lot of shield blast. I only use 2 though, because I think it's way too much to use more of them, even though they are very good. 2 crystal memory, just to get to search for your deck for any card. And here's pretty much an all-star in the deck. He's very underrated. It's Kelp Candle. 2 mana, 1000 blocker. Whenever he blocks, you can look at the top 4 cards of your deck, choose one and put it into your hand, and put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. Very good sometimes, because this deck is pretty big, it's 50 cards. Aqua Surfer, 6 mana, 2000 bounce shield trigger. Very good card to use with Emeral or bounce back to your own hand with Spiral Gate. 2 Aqua Sniper, 8 mana, 5000, bounce 2 creatures. You can also bounce Aqua Sniper as one of those 2 creatures, so you can use him again. 2 Thrash Crawlers for a little bit bigger blockers, and also for the utilizing fact that I can get back cards from my mana zone. And over to the nature section, because this is a ramp deck, as I said, we start with 4 Faerie Life, just for the ramp. 2 Bronze Arm Tribes for the same reason, and also a body on the field. 2 Poisonous Mushroom, because I have a lot of draw. I many times can just put something from my hand into the mana zone and ramp up faster instead. 2 Thorny Mandra. These guys are used to put very important creatures from my graveyard back to my mana zone, so I can loop them up again with Thrash Crawler. And I'll show you in a while what it is. I have a very big body, like a finisher here, Bodacious Giant, 8 mana, 12,000. He is great because it forces your opponent to attack him every turn if he is tapped, and if they don't attack him with at least one creature, they have to attack him with all of their creatures that can attack. Karate Potato, for 2 reasons. It's a shield trigger creature, that is always good. And when you put it into the battle zone, you may put up to 2 cards from your hand into your mana zone, so sometimes it can be really useful to ramp up when you have like 8 cards in your hand. 1 Teched Natural Snare. I wanted to run 2, but I only own 1, so unfortunately I can't. And here comes the key cards. 4 Mana Nexus. These cards are just ridiculous, just looping your shields over and over. It's a shield trigger, and you add a card from your mana zone to your shields face down. And I can just loop on these forever because of this guy. I have a playset of Bliss Totem, Avatar of Luck. Instead of attacking, I can tap him to put up to 3 cards from my graveyard to my mana zone. And this is also one of the reasons that I'm using Thorny Mandra, because I can get back Bliss Totem. And Bliss Totem is pretty much the all-star along with Mana Nexus. And because many of my creatures are very weak and I don't really have finishers, I have these 2 to complete it. Invincible Unity. Each of my creatures in the battle zone get plus 8000 power and triple breaker until the end of turn. So this pretty much makes all these Bronze Arm Tribes and Emeralds and Aqua hulcuses just huge beat sticks with 10,000 plus power and triple breaker. It's just insane. So that's pretty much my first deck. It's just ramp and draw pretty much. It's very funny, and if I get the right cards it can be quite competitive, but it's not that high of a level. But it's just really fun, and I think that this is probably the deck I've had most fun playing with. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and just tell me what you think about it.